Hello. Luckily, you have survived. Congratulations. And welcome back.
Well, that's if people watch the first episode.
You better.
I don't know who would jump in episode 2 of a playthrough.
You never know. People might skip the tutorial like we did.
Yeah, well, they'd be in for a shock when they skip the tutorial and, you know...
We actually did the same thing ahead of them.
We knew what they were going to do.
We checkmated them.
Hamish... Oh no, you got uni stuff to do, don't worry.
What?
I was going to say, do you want to make thumbnails? Because I don't like making thumbnails.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was trying to convince Sarah to do them for me, but she...
Why can't? What? We can do this after.
Huh?
We can do it together after.
Together.
Cute. It'd be like a cute couple thing.
I tried asking Sarah, and she was like, I'll either finish the Goose Game for you, or or I'll make thumbnails, and I kind of like...
The Goose Game.
Yeah, I was like, you can do the Goose Game. Because she was like, I prefer doing that, because I don't want to fuck up thumbnails. I was like, listen, they don't have to be great.
They just have to be done.
Yeah, I don't care.
Was that a jackal you shot?
Yes, no. Oh, I think they are. No, maybe they are jackals. There's one in reach. It's like a jackal, but it's not. A skirmish. Yeah, these are jackals.
Oh, okay.
The skirmishes are in reach. Skirmishes have shields on like their shoulder pads.
Oh, okay.
And they're quicker.
Why you suck?
I wasn't meant to jump.
Fool.
This mission itself is gonna be maybe 3 episodes.
OG mode.
So we fucked around for like half an hour just then.
Yeah, that was not
between
good.
episodes. So like, I'm surprised we survived. This mission usually the part time is 20 minutes. It's fucking hell for this mission. But I'm not gonna do that.
That's so nice. Oh, this reminds, I can tell a story now. So I think it was the other night. We were just watching TV, and then with my family. Jaden wasn't there. Don't worry. Well, he might have been. I wasn't sure.
Sister invites me over.
Okay. And the TV show Law and Order just started up, and we just watched the first like minute or two.
Which Law and Order? There's one with Ice-T.
I don't know. We didn't watch enough.
Oh, okay.
It just showed up, and we started watching.
Ice-T on it?
We didn't see any more than like the first like.
When the murder happened.
Yeah.
When they discovered the murder.
Yeah. Well, what happens was, so the show starts up, and you see this kid like hobbling around in front. You only see the behind. Then it switches over to a lady who's like coming home and sees as a kid who they know, and so she's like, "Oh, what's up, honey? What's up?" At this point, I go, "Oh my god, oh my god." Far out.
Oh no, he's dead!
Oh my god, no, not Ricky. The first time you see the kid, you only really see the feet. The second time you see him, you see his whole back of him. And as soon as I see that, I go, oh, he's been stabbed. And then nobody said anything, and then it just kept switching back and forth between the kid and the lady until like about a minute later, the lady finally stopped the kid, and he turned around and he had a stab wound in his abdomen. And my parents both turned to me and go, how the hell did you know he was stabbed? Like, it made sense when you said it, but how did you know?
Did you stab him?
And my response was, I've seen enough stabbings to know.
Oh. I've seen enough stabbings to know when they don't turn around, they've been stabbed.
Like, the way he was walking, I could tell he's been stabbed. It's okay. And then my dad's like, what do you mean you've seen enough stabs to know? It's like, you know.
Parents are probably like, hanging out with that Jaiden kid too much.
And like, that kind of like made me think, like, how do I know that? Like, what?
Oh.
Good shot. You got the people behind you, don't worry. Like your teammates, those ones.
Like
you know the one?
Rigga! I should probably take that one.
You got full health, dude.
I got full health, not full shields. Because these guys are blasting me in the back. But yeah, well, it's like, not that if murder happened in front of you, you'd be desensitized to it, but like, you see so much on TV and in movies.
Yeah, you've seen
that you can pick up on what it is,
and
when it happens, there's no shock anymore.
Yeah, and like in comic book, like most pop culture now shows you a lot of injuries and stuff, but it was sort of like weird for me to notice what had happened before they'd even shown it.
It was also well, I guess not necessarily the injury itself that you knew, but the way it was positioned
Yeah.
in the film, in the show.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird. Because a lot of people don't pick on that. They become desensitized to what's happening, and they just accept it because it's playing on the same effect. Like, they'll see the kid hobbling, and then they'll reveal that he's been stabbed, and then they'll go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I called it before it actually showed it, and then they got really confused by that. Because a lot of people, when they watch shows, they just turn their brain off.
Yeah, that's just like, this is an experience that I don't have to think about.
That's what...
Whereas, like, when I watch shows, and there's more than just me, but when I watch shows, I'm, like, looking at stuff, picking up on details.
Yeah.
Like, I watched Pokemon the other night, and the Detective Pikachu,
Mm.
which I'm going to talk about in a second.
Did you... Yeah, okay.
Oh,
you can only drive? It's boring. Fire, give me the...
Oh, he can drive, but he's terrible at it.
He's better... Is he better than you?
Hold on, it's coming up. There's a real funny Cortana line coming up.
You should say coming up.
No.
This cave is not a natural formation.
This cave is not a natural form.
What do you mean, Cortana? What do you mean this is a cave? Have you never seen a cave before?
I've hacked into the cosmic battlement.
I get that the planet's like made out of metal, like, yeah, or the Halo ring's made out of metal.
Show them who
But
they
like,
are.
Come
on
on.
the first time hearing it, you're like, no fucking shit, Cortana. Highest AI.
Yeah, this is the best AI they have available. So you're gonna see a cave, but just be careful, it's not like a normal cave. You mean it's a bunker? No, no, no. It's a cave.
There's a terminal down there as well.
Terminal as in...
As in not illness. Terminal as in like it gives you some more backstory on the Halo universe.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It just shows you connections between the games, I assume. Or the gaps in knowledge.
Yeah, it tells you. I was saying before how 1 tells you some about 343 when he was doing some stuff. Some tell you about the flood a bit more.
Yeah.
Fuck me. How long is this? Okay, 7 minutes. Going back.
Yeah, we keep the time.
So we're actually gonna plant this guy here.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Just so you can clear it up faster.
We have to get over there.
Oh, okay. Just to continue on with our sense of mind, what we were talking about earlier.
So I was, yeah.
You-
So I was watching Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Fuck. And how long when did that come out? April, May.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did it really? Wow.
Yeah. And then there's the twist in it, right?
The final one, yeah.
That it's like,
Wait, which one? The one that's about the plot, or the one that is at the very end?
not with Ryan Reynolds being his dad. It's been out for a while. I can say.
Okay.
You told me like 2 weeks after
Oh,
it's been
yeah,
out,
I did, so-
after you saw it.
Dude, but that did you have like any idea though?
I realized when in that final fight, Lucy gets put into her cider,
Yeah.
and Pikachu's talking to her, and he's like, "Lucy, you're in there," and I forgot Ryan Reynolds was in the movie, and I turned to my partner Sam, and I said, "Oh, his dad is Ryan Reynolds. His dad was in Pikachu. That's how come he doesn't have that's why how he has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything." And she was like, "How do you know?" And I was like, "I was just paying attention to the movie."
Yeah, like I didn't pick it up at all.
I think my Brian
Just remembered.
remembered that you told me Ryan Reynolds actually in the movie.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, how would they do a sequel? If they plan to do a sequel, they may not plan to do a sequel, which is fine.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
But if they ever were like, hey, this was popular and it did well,
A lot more
now they've got no room for a sequel
Yeah.
unless he gets put back into Pikachu, which would be kind of pointless.
Yeah, because it was only because of the injuries and stuff, and because they had Mew on their side
Mewtwo.
too. So. My bad.
So the initial twist is the fact that the guy, the founder,
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Let's call him Oliver. Oliver.
Woo!
It's not Harry. Harry's the son.
Harry hit day.
No.
Harry hit day.
Is Harry the dad? Anyway, the father, not the main
The
character's
daddy.
father, the founder of the
The
Lion
daddy.
City, yeah, daddy. he says that his son's been causing some problems, and I was like, oh, okay. So that isn't like I was like, they've told us the case, like they've told us who the villain is, because they want to spend more time on the actual mystery behind Pikachu and his dad. But then I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. You know, there's no need wasting time on setup or anything, just for us to realize already before it told us as a big reveal. But then the big reveal was that the dad was actually the villain. He was controlling Mewtwo, and like there was a few twists all at once.
Yeah.
That like
It was a lot to process, but it was enough to.
it made sense. It didn't.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, it wasn't like, hold on, that doesn't make sense. What we've been told. No, because what you've been told was a misdirect by the villain.
Yeah. Everything he told you. He misdirected himself. It wasn't like 3 different guys misdirecting you.
And the fact that like the Ditto was changing into people and like
Yeah, that was
doing
cool.
shit on the side, you're like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. In terms of the world in there. I just like that. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And I'm surprised it wasn't spoken about more, that it's just a really good story.
Yeah, they were really smart with how they did things. They brought a lot of the Pokemon aspect into it. They didn't go, oh, it's just the normal world. And then they didn't over-explain everything.
Yeah, it was sort of like, this is a Pokemon.
And if you don't know anything about it, you're going to get a little confused. We're okay with you not understanding everything.
And like that was fine because the movie could still exist without you knowing anything about Pokemon.
Yeah.
My girlfriend doesn't know a whole lot about Pokemon, and she still really enjoyed it. Like just having the knowledge helps.
Yeah, it makes everything flow a lot easier without some questions.
There's like obviously references to some of the games, and the Gen 4 champion, Cynthia, she's in it. She's the reporter.
You're just super happy about that.
I was so happy about that. I was also really happy because it's sort of like a throwaway line. She says something. Lucy says like something with McMasters the first time she sees her, or first couple times she sees her, and then to end that scene off, she's like, okay, Cynthia, and like walks away, and it was like,
really?
did you seriously like?
Oh,
Did you just name drop? And I was like, is that meant to be?
See, I didn't even notice that. Man, you suck.
Yeah, I know, I died. We'll cut that, it's fine.
So what's happening in the game at the moment, just so...
Right now, we're trying to pick up Marines. So all the other ones that crash landed.
Oh, so we're trying to save the losers.
Yeah, the losers club. We're gonna kill a clown.
A clan?
Clown.
Clan?
The losers club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. We're gonna kill it. Kill it with fire involved!
Yeah, how did they... They killed it by belittling it. They were
Yeah,
like,
they
you're
killed
a
it-
clown!
They killed it by bullying it, which is what you don't want people to do, to bully other things.
Like, these kids have been bullied all their life.
And the way to beating it was doing the said
Was
thing,
bullying.
which is quite funny and ironic. Bye!
Wow, okay.
What?
My health just keeps flashing at me.
Yeah, why is that?
I'm used to the other ones with sprint armor abilities, which is fine. Like, I wouldn't say I'm good at these ones. I don't play a lot of these ones
Well, you
online.
died, so yeah.
On normal. Like a fucking pleb. Please don't look at my achievements to see that I've done this on legendary. Fine. I had someone carry me.
It was my dad.
My dude.
It was not his dad. For clarification, look, we can save him. Give him mouth to mouth.
He's been shot in the head. Give him mouth to mouth.
You just went down there. How is there still more? Oh, that's right. You can't pick up needles, can you?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, really? I thought you couldn't.
I need to find these Marines.
Oh, wait, we didn't put that. That's right. Look, there's the Marines.
Yeah, I didn't turn any of the other skulls on. I don't know if I said I was playing with what skulls on. We're only playing with the Grunt Funeral. If I've already explained this, it's just fucking repeats. Grunt Funeral, Bash for grenades, and...
Killing them drops grenades. As you've probably seen.
Yeah, oh yeah, that grunts explode like grenades. Okay, we could just leave now.
Do you need to grab any?
I think I was watching a speed run, or I watched a speed run of this game. I don't know if I was watching a speed run while I played this game, and they were talking about how you can just skip stuff.
Or I myself did the speed run.
No, or if I was watching a speed run of this game. But when they call for evac, you can just fuck off, and then it's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for them.
No.
It's not like Avengers where you have to wait and help everyone escape Sokovia.
What are you talking about? Oh, never mind, the movie. I thought you were talking about the game, and I was like, that hasn't come out yet. How are you...
I'm actually a time traveler, Jaden. How have you not realized this by now?
You're in fucking uni. You're not time traveling and shit.
Yeah, I ain't got the time for time travel, baby. Which
Did
is
you ever
quite
watch
ironic.
Project Almanac?
No.
No. So it's about these kids that make a time machine. And you're like, what a dumb premise. It's an MTV movie, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, I think I have. Is that where they keep going back in time trying to save this one chick from dying?
No. That is Happy Death Day.
No. It was like a bunch of teenagers go back in time and keep trying to save these kids from school from like falling off or hurting themselves. And then by the end of it, they've messed with time too much where they have to restart the whole cycle. They have to go back to the point before they made the time machine and live life normally.
No.
So the whole movie's just a giant loop. That means nothing.
No, I think that's Project 8, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or maybe it's not Project 8.
What's Project Almanac?
Almanac, I don't remember, so I don't actually, it's bad that I'm telling you no, but I don't have full knowledge of this movie.
Oh my god.
Sorry, there we go. That they make a time machine, they just fuck around, like they're kids, they fuck around, you know, and they're like, they go to school, on the day that there's big fucking events on, like some music festival. They're like, man, we can't go because we have school. So they go to school and attend school, and then they flip time back while they're at school to go to the morning to go to the music festival. This is like the only bit of this film I remember aside from the ending.
To go to the music.
To go to the music festival, and then they flip time back to when they were at school, which is kind of like a timeline thing, but it's not a timeline thing. Like it's weird that they can like jump between 2 points.
Well,
I'm sure the MTV movie explained it.
So wait, they travel back in time during an event, like an hour ago.
I think that was the case, or like because they traveled back in time, they were able to travel forward, like back to where they were.
Yeah.
I think that's how it worked.
Or it might be just. It might.
Maybe the event wasn't on during school. Maybe the event was like on the weekend and they couldn't go.
Yeah, it might be something like the time travel in Harry Potter, where you go back an arbitrary amount of time, but your previous self is still at that moment, and you just have to avoid them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But why?
Because if you see each other, you screw with time. It's just plot. I don't know.
Oh, in the movie, in Project Almanac, that's how they figure out they made a time machine.
How? They saw them past selves?
Yeah, no, their past self sees their older selves in a picture from the past. So their present self sees a picture from like their one of their birthdays when their dad went missing. When his dad went missing.
Yeah.
And when he was going through some of the photos, he sees
them.
He sees himself in the back, but like himself from like present. And then the movie ends with him going back to his birthday so he could give his dad the time machine. That's how his dad goes missing, I'm pretty sure.
So what happened to his dad?
And he went missing in time.
Is his dad actually him?
No, it's his grandfather.
His dad accidentally goes back in time just to impregnate. Oh, that'd be so dumb.
So we're about to hit 20 minutes now. And we're about 2/3 into this mission. I think.
I mean,
I don't think this is the end.
were you meant to be on that?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna back my fucking warthog.
We can just complete the mission. It's fine.
I don't know how long we have left though.
Do you want to stop now and just?
I reckon if we stop now and then
The next. It doesn't matter if the next one's a little short.
yeah, if the next one's like 5 minutes, I'll just attach it to the end of the other one.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
All right.
We'll pause this and not
See
fuck
you
around for half
soon
an hour.
or now? Who knows? Find out in a sec.
Yeah, you'll find out before we do. So,
See yous?
bye.
Question
Huh?
mark?
Huh?